Good morning, viewers listening to me at home. Welcome to another edition of this program. Happy weekend. Welcome to another edition of this program. Welcome to Abntv newspaper review. Here with me, I have the Punch newspaper and the Tribune newspaper. Firstly, we go to the Punch newspaper. Overeating caused my exercise weight. NNPC marketers trade blame as fuel crisis deepen. FIG reporter detained on IG orders spent third night in detention. Now the story in details. Minister summon Norma to aid transparency, Senate tells Tinubu. The Senate has explained why it often summoned ministers and head of different departments and agencies for meeting at the Red Chamber. The Senate spokesperson, Yemi Adaramolu, gave the explanation in response to a recent comments by President Bola Tinubu, who directed that the lawmakers should allow the ministers to do their jobs. Recall that in March, President Tinubu appealed to federal lawmakers to exercise restraint in summoning heads of ministries, departments, and agencies before the parliamentary committee. Addressing the leadership of the House of Representatives in Abuja that month, the president has said even though oversighting is essential for maintaining transparency and accountability in governance, excessive summoning of officials can disrupt officials and hinder service delivery to citizens. But speaking with our correspondent during the week, Adaramodu noted that summoning officials for concerning is a standard practice to ensure transparency, accountability, and effective governance. Minister summons Norma to aid transparency, Senate tells Tinubu. The full of story is in page 5 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. NNPC marketers in wars of word over fuel scarcity. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has blamed the festering fuel scarcity in the country on panic buying and sharp practice by some petroleum marketers situation to make money. The company also vowed that the fuel quiz across the country will end next week, noting that it had enough liters of fuel to end the scarcity. Petroleum marketers, however, disagree with the position of the NNPC, insisting that inadequate supply was a major reason for the persisting fuel scarcity. Recall that on Tuesday, the NNPC spokesperson, Femi, assured that the ongoing shortage in supply of petroleum products and quiz for the products will be cleared by May 1. According to him, the company had more than 1.5 billion liters of petroleum products available, enough to last for at least 30 days. He added that some individuals might be exploiting the situation to maximize profit. The Major Energies Marketers Association of Nigeria had in a statement said its members in Apapa and other locations in Lagos had received 300 million liters of fuel from 8 vessels this week. This was after the Southwest Regional Coordinator of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Ayo Kadoso, also confirmed to the Punch that aside from the 240 million liters offloaded at various depots on Monday, close to 85 million liters of petrol was offloaded as of Tuesday evening. NNPC marketers in World of West over fuel scarcity. The full service is in page 6 of Nigerian Punch newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper. No journalist jailed under Tinubu. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has said no journalist has been incarcerated under the Bola Tinubu administration for practicing responsible journalism. According to a statement on Friday, the minister spoke in Abuja during a press briefing organized by his ministry in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Environment and Ecological Management and the United Nations Educational and Scientific Organization to commemorate this year World Press Freedom Day. Idris said, "I have not seen somebody in the life of this administration, for example, who has been put in jail or who has gone into exile as a result of press freedom. We know what has happened in this country in the past. Some decades ago, We know that you have to leave this country to be able to report. I can tell you that the press in Nigeria is largely free, but that freedom will further be considered if honesty and transparency are upheld in the manner of that we report. As a ministry and government, we provide the most unfettered access to journalists and provided the enabling environment that has continued to encourage the Nigerian media to grow in leaps and bounds. No journalist jailed under Tinubu. The full story is in page 7 of the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper. Tinubu to inaugurate research school at Awujale 90th birthday. President Bola Tinubu is billed to commission the multi-billion naira Obasikiru Adetono School of Governance for postgraduate students and research at Olabisi Onabanjo University, Ago-Iwoye, Ogun State. The commission is part of the activities to celebrate the 90th birthday and 64th coronation of Awojale of Ijebu-Land, Obasikiru Adetono, which began on Friday with a Jumat service at Ijebu-Ode Central Mosque. The chairman of Central Planning Committee, Dr. Kunle Azan, disclosed this in a press briefing held on Friday in Ijebu-Ode. Azan described the royal father as a real patriot and nationalist of the highest order, whose resign has brought monumental success. He said, Oba Adetono, who ascended the throne of his forefathers on April 2, 1960, 6 months before the country attained independence, places so much emphasis on good governance, believing that its absence has contributed significantly to the challenge confronting underdeveloped nation. Azan stated, the Ijebu monarch Aleyelua Obasikiru Kayode Adetono represents the totality of the worthy ancestral heritage of a people that having carved a mean for themselves in governance. It was therefore not a surprise that the monarch, shortly after the 18th birthday, founded the Obasikiru Kayode Adetono Professional Chair in Governance in the Department of Political Science of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Ago-Iwoye. Tinubu to inaugurate research school at Awojale 90th birthday. The full story is in page 9 of Nigerian Punch newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper. IOCs to the forest from 26 oil blocks. International oil company, including Shell Petrol Development Company, Nigeria Agrip of Oil Company, Mobil Producing Nigeria Unlimited, and inquiry are set to devise their investments in 26 oil blocks in Nigeria to indigenous firms, the federal government announced on Friday. It's announced that this during an industry dialogue on devisement by ROCS in Abuja, where the Chief Executive Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, assured the foreign and local oil firms that the divestment process will be transparent. Komolafe said that the dialogue was organized by the Commission to give insights and guidance. IOCS to devise from 26 oil blocks. The full story is in page 26 of Nigerian Punch newspaper. And lastly, with me in the Nigerian Punch newspaper, abandoned Lagos building inhabited by hoodlums demolished after Punch reports. Residents of the Tokunbo Kelani community in the Igado area of Lagos State have unveiled a sign of relief as the two abandoned buildings used as a hideout by suspected criminals in the areas have been demolished. In March, the Punch reported that the landlord in the area had expressed their fears about harmful screams and pleading from possible kidnap. Suspects coming from these two abandoned structures on some nights. Several residents also complained about a strange church owned by one Taiwo Adepoju, who was said to threaten people and use one of the buildings to abandon some individual who he claimed he was threatening to cure their mental disorders. Our correspondent gathered that the activities continued for years despite numerous petitions written by the landlord to the state government and the authorities. Following the report, however, the Lagos State Building Control Agency marked the building for demolition, and the police also arrested Adepoju, ordering him to clear his church tent from the area. So, speaking with our correspondent, one of the landlords, Mr. Lanre Bamke, said the article generated a lot of response from government institutions, including from the Office of the IG of Police and Commissioner of Police. The hoodlums have now been chased away. The prophet and Babalawo man was also arrested, and he was dismissed as his fake church. All the buildings has been pulled down and has fled the community. Nobody see him again. He also noted that the building might have been pulled down by the owners after the government served them notice and roads removed on the property. Abandoned Lagos building inhabited by hoodlums demolished after Punch report. If you like, before we come out to another edition of this program, if you like to watch us live on direct on our website, you can click on www.abntv network. We also have on our social media. You can click on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. On our Facebook, you can click on Abntv OSUN. You can share us and like us and subscribe us if you like to watch us live and direct there. On our Twitter, you can click on Abntv OSUN. And our Twitter, you can click on Abntv Nigeria. Instagram, you can also click on Abntv Nigeria. Try to share us and like us and subscribe us on our website, on our social media, if you like to watch us live and direct. Before we come back to another edition of this program, we'll be right back. Let's listen.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Eastern Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Welcome back, and I hope you enjoy what we have for you in our studio. Now to the edition of this program, we have the newspaper, the Tribune newspaper. Here with me in the headlines of the Tribune newspaper. Nigeria as petrol station cried out, "This pain is too much." Appeal call says police cannot punish unmarried female cops for getting pregnant. Police moves as XCP partners flight over 2 billion naira investment. Afriman, Austin writes, African Union writes Nigeria, South Africa. Olubadan stool. Ladoja also asks his lawyer to withdraw suit. EFCC versus Yaya Bello. Appeal court odds contempt case. Now the story in details. Federal governor must be committed to paying living wage. The lawmaker representing Osun East Senatorial District, Francis Fadonsi, has called on the federal government and governors of the 36 states in the country to show stronger commitment to the demand of workers for a new minimum wage. The federal lawmaker noted that governors of most states refused to make categorical statements on the demand for new minimum wage by the workers in the speeches during the Workers' Day celebration. Fadonsi, in a statement signed by his median advisor, Sam Shegun Progress, noted that the rising inflation and high cost of living had made the demand for new living wage a necessity. The lawmaker said political statements by the governor regarding the demand for minimum wage showed they were insensitive to the plight of workers despite the harsh economic reality facing them. Why promise workers a committee that will look into the demand for minimum wage? Is this committee that the workers requested for, or a living wage? The hunger and the current inflation rates require prompt response, and not some committee with realities, as we saw some governors play around the issues in their May Day address. I plead with the President and all our governors to be fast about the implementation of a living wage so that we do not provoke the workers to an avoidable industrial unrest. We should not create a situation of labor government face-off over the wage matter, he said. Federal government's governor must be committed to paying living wage. The full story is in page 3 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. NBA wins as appeal court says police cannot prevent unmarried female cops from getting pregnant. The Court of Appeal Abuja Division has struck down Regulation 126 and 127 of the Nigerian Police Force Regulation, which empower the force to terminate the service of an unmarried police woman who gets pregnant while in service. The appellate court in the judgment delivered on Friday in an appeal number between the Incorporated Trustees of the Nigeria Bar Association versus the Attorney General of the Federation and 2 others declared the provision null and void. The 3-member panel of justice of the courts consequently struck down on the ground of being unconstitutionally. In the unanimous judgments, the appellate court allowed the appeal and set aside the decision of the Federal Court, Abuja, delivered by Justice Anyang Akwa on February 21, 2022. The defendants in the suits at the trial court were the EGF, the Police Service Commission, and the Nigeria Police Force. It should be recalled that the Justice Akwan, as a Federal High Court, Abuja, had in February 2022, dismissed the NBA suit which sought to infiltrate some provision in the Nigeria Police Force Regulation. The judge held in the judgment for there was nothing discriminating or unlawful about the provision in Regulation 126 and 127 of the NPFAR and rule that have been willingly enlisted into the police and been aware of the regulation. The NMBA wins as appeal court says police cannot prevent unwanted married female cops from getting pregnant. The field service is in page 3 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Olubadan stool Ladoja asked his lawyer to withdraw case. The OSUN Olubadan of Ibadan land, High Chief Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, has directed his counsel to withdraw a suit filed against other members of the Olubadan Council to facilitate the enthronement of Oba Owolabi Olakunleyin as the 43rd Olubadan. Former Chief Press Secretary to Ladoja sitters lecture theatre for Adamawa University. the Abdul Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative has commenced the construction of 500-seat capacity lecture theatre and watch facility for the Adamawa State University. The project is coming after the nomination of the institution as a recipient of the ASR African Tertiary Education Grant Scheme by the Board of Directors of the Abdul Samad Rabiu African Initiative. Speaking at the event, the acting Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. Stephen Lagun, expressed his appreciation to the chairman of BUA Group and ASR African, Abdul Samad Rabiu, for the rare philanthropy gesture toward the university. He stated that the intervention of the chairman will reduce the physical infrastructural deficit at their new campus and promote sanitation and hygiene in the university. He added that the choice of the 500-seat lecture theatre with the 4 boreholes at different locations within the campus was identified and agreed to by the relevant organs of the institution with the ASR African team. ASR African built 500-seater lecture theatre for Adamawa Varsity. The full story is on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Another story here with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Food security. Federal government urged to address insecurity hindering farmers' productivity. The federal government has been urged to address insecurity, which is keeping farmers away from their farm. The primate of the African Church, His Eminence Julius Osayande, made the plea during a press briefing and writing the 5th Biennial and 118th Conference of the Church, which held between Friday, May 3 to Sunday, May 5 at the African Church Cathedral. The cleric who commended the federal government for the grants released months ago to caution the efforts of the hardship and the country expressed sadness that the farmers in states known for their proclivity in food production can no longer visit their farm due to the level of insecurity in the land. He said, Nigeria is good. We have good and fertilized land and good climatic condition. Our people are not lazy if the necessary support is given to the farmers and the issue of insecurity is addressed. Food crisis will be a sin of the post in the country. The small and large scale farmer needs to be encouraged and necessary licensing. The issue of shortage is very essential to encourage farmers to store grains and agro commodities during glut so that during food scarcity they can bring us food from the farm and there will be food for all. As I said earlier, addressing insecurity and support to farmers is very essential to be food secured. He said the role of the church in matters of global warming should really hit the ground running. Food security. Federal governments also address insecurity hindering farmers' productivity. The food services is in page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And lastly, with me in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, federal government will not tamper with press freedom minister assured Nigerian. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has assured journalists that the federal government will not tamper with the freedom of the press. The minister mentioned that no journalist has been incarcerated under the President Bola Tinubu-led administration for practicing responsible journalism. Idris stated this while responding to a question at a press briefing organized by his ministry in partnership with the Ministry of Environment and Ecological Management and the United Nations Educational and Scientific Organization to commemorate this year's World Press Freedom Day in Abuja. I have not seen somebody to the life of this administration, for example, who has been put in jail or who has gone into exile as a result of press freedom. We know that what is happening in this country it is past. Some decades ago, we know that you have to leave this country to be able to report. I can tell you that the press in Nigeria is largely free, but that freedom will further be considered if honesty and the manner that we report is said. He noted that the president recognized the importance of responsible media coverage in enlightening, information, and educating Nigerians, and the word adding that through credible and timely information, everyone can be well informed. Federal government will not tamper with press freedom, Minister assured Nigerians. The full story is in page 7 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper. That's what we have for you on our newspaper review. If you like to watch us live and direct on our websites, on our social media, on website you can click on www.abntvnetwork.com/tv. We also have on our social media, we can click on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. On our Facebook, you can click on Abntv OSUN. You can share us and subscribe us on our website. You can also click on Abntv OSUN, that is Twitter. On our YouTube, you can click on Abntv Nigeria, and lastly, on our Instagram, you can click on Abntv Nigeria. Try to subscribe and like us and share us. If you like to watch us live and direct on our website, you can watch us there on our website, on our social media. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. My name is Kenny.